commentary for the MMS Formula 1 British Grand Prix presented by Kai, James and Rakes.
Hello all and welcome to the home of motor racing, Silverstone, site of the first ever Formula 1 Grand Prix back in 1950, plays host to round 5 of MMS Season 4. After our third different winner in 3 races, as well as the streak of Mercedes being broken, there is more to live up to here at this historic venue. The circuit is one of the most beloved by all, with corners such as Brooklands, Copse, Stowe, and of course the famous Maggotts, Beckers and Chapel section getting a huge following for being some of the best corners around. Today I'm joined in the commentary box by Rakes and Kai, and this week, Kai, I want to know, do you think there's going to be a different winner, of course? This is McLaren's home race, they're yet to win in one. Do you think they can do it here?
I mean, obviously McLaren have a lot of pace. They have a world champion in the team, of Joseph Murray and Kwang Sai-min, who has been showing a lot of pace and a lot of promise in the races. It's just that he's either been unlucky or he retired. So, in my opinion, it's really down to, if he will just manage to keep it calm today. Maybe we can see Kwang Sai-min on the podium or even on the top step of it. As for Joseph, it's also possible. It's really just down to, composure and strategy that we will see in this race. So, in my opinion, yes, we will see a new winner, and I bet it's going to be a McLaren driver here.
Oh, well, things to note, as you can see, we are on the old start-finish straight. Yes, that's because we're using the layout. Don't ask why. If you want to know why, DM Suarez responds. Anyway, let's go right back to now, but as we have underneath perfectly sunny skies, let's have the grid order.
So on pole position we have James Smith breaking Marcus Littergrim's bloody streak of 3 pole positions in a row. That's, finally, in my opinion, has been broken. And, a very good job from the Red Bull driver. James Smith seems to be back into pace. Joining him on the first row of the grid is Marco Carrigal, our championship contender. Carrigal is just fast, there's nothing else to say. So, down the rest of the video, you have Ahrens, Murray, Littergrim, Kwang Sai-min, Kabusek, Eastwood, De Jong, Zaych, Mondragon having a blistering qualifying, Material, De Dong, because he qualified down the order, Pereira, Eugen, Valiak, Weber, Blanc, Agnes, Nisbet, Flynn, Mansell Clerk replacing the injured Devon Johnson after his incident in Germany. Then we have Skinner and the Super Aguri. Super Aguri are going to announce a new livery, so they won't be confused with the likes of a Venturia or an HRT. And then, last but not least, Dinesh Karthikeyan rounds off the grid. So, if what they're done, lights.
Let's get to the 5 red lights. Yep, underneath the Foster's gantry here on the old... Right, turn 1 is not going to be Abbey, it's going to be Copse. Here come all the red lights, they're all illuminated. And it's lights out and away we go, and they try not to get too much wheel spin. Blistering start once again from the Mercedes and Marco Carrigal on the inside. Oh, they make contact through turn 1 to the leaders when Smith manages to get through there. And that's going off. That's Mondragon and Olivia Zaych making contact, and that's a dangerous reach from the Venturi, who I think lost his front wing.
Yep,
and then we'll have to get a replay of that later, as the Mercedes now going wheel to wheel here. Carrigal getting a really bad front view start. He's under pressure from Maynard Ahrens and Marcus Littergrim here, and Joseph Murray's McLaren just waiting in the background too, with the Ferraris right behind. But it's a perfect start from the man who won the last race, James Smith. He leads for a pole position down the hanger straight in towards Stowe. And Ahrens trying to go for the inside line, but he can't quite find it, and he gets very compromised. Now the Red Bull and the McLarens are going to come roaring up his inside maybe, and that's Murray. He's punted Littergrim a bit wide. He's got the position. Littergrim now has to defend from Kubasek as they come through Club Corner and onto this little mini straight up towards the bridge section instead of going into Abbey. Now we go into the chicane and then into Bridge Corner. Now here goes the Ferrari of De Jong trying to get past Kwang Sai-min, who you were mentioning in the intro. He almost lost a place there to the Ferrari, but he's able to just hold on for the time being as they come now into the old section of track. And coming in towards Brooklands now, rejoining back to where the start-finish straight would be. Through Brooklands here, on board with the horse leader, Francesco Pereira, sending one out the inside of De Jong almost, as his teammate Mauritius Material goes around and moves itself up in the 9th place. Nice move from him, but yeah, apart from turn 1, clean first lap. And of course a little punt there at the Vale chicane, but everything clean other than that. Let's see what happens with Dragon now. We saw him and Olivia Zaych going off at the first corner. And I'm going to guess, I think it's just Mondragon slamming into the back of Zaych as the Toro Rosso turned in, would be my guess. Let's have a look.
Well, to be fair,
he's on the outside actually.
Zaych looks up here and just...
Zaych is going wide of the corner, yep.
Zage just
Really?
pops out of nowhere in front of Mondragon, and Mondragon has nowhere to go.
He just has a face full of Toro Rosso rear wing, exactly, and they both go straight on into the tarmac runoff. And Mondragon will be dead last now with no front wing on his car.
Which is a real shame, really.
Behind him. Yep. Zage gets back past him, and now the two Mercedes are going through it again, coming through Cops and now into Magnus Becker to Chapel. They are very close together, as they have been actually since the start, since Carrigal went for the move into Cops, and it didn't quite work out. Now coming onto the hangar straight, the longest bit of flat-out racing on this circuit.
As we have confirmation, it's a 5-second die penalty for Zage.
And as that happens, Ahrens goes down the inside. Carrigal doesn't fight it too much, probably because they're teammates, and he does get past us. Littlegram is actually back past Joseph Murray, who punted him off at this very same corner, Vale. Last corner, the same as happened this time. Simon has punted his teammate wide, and he goes through. And the Ferrari just behind, waiting to pounce, as well as Viax being overtaken by Henrik Weber there. His teammate had a... Viax up a lot of places actually since the start. He's up to 12th. He's trying to go for 11th here on Hanarisa around the outside of the chicane. That will be that's aggressive.
And makes it work.
He's done it. Fantastic overtake from the Ventura up to 11th
coming
place.
Back. No, he's not.
No, Pereira's back through.
Eastward.
Pereira's through around the outside of the bridge. Great moves from both the drivers. They're getting past the Toro Rosso, who seems to be struggling. Both Toros qualifying in the top 10. And both struggling in the early stages. Zage, of course, going off at Cops and Eastwood, now under pressure from the Force India of Weber. Guy Eugen just behind. But yeah, coming into Stowe now, De Dong, as we're going to call him. As of course, last race we did say whichever De Jong finished ahead gets to keep his name. Whoever finished behind gets the name De Dong, foreseeable future. And of course, it was the Lotus driver who came behind the Ferrari driver. So that is his new name, as far as we're concerned, for the foreseeable future. Anyway, as Ahrens is going on as Ahrens is going on the attack, his teammate Carrigal is losing a place to Littlegram through Stowe. Once again, leaves the door gaping open. Through goes the Red Bull. Red Bull now have both cars on the podium. There goes De Jong up the inside of Carrigal. He gets past through Vale. The two McLarens are side by side and they almost touch. And Murray goes past around the outside. He gets back past his teammate in the same spot. He lost the place last lap. But good racing so far at the start of this race.
For now.
For now, yes. I'm into the chicane.
Shouldn't be as much chaos as we've seen previously.
Shush.
Hopefully not. Yep. Actually, as you say, that Simon turns it a little bit too early and kicks up some dirt through Bridge, and now into Brooklands. Both McLaren's right on the back of Carrigal, championship leader, I believe.
He's level on points with other Red Bull. I don't remember which one it was.
Littlegram, I believe.
Yeah, they're level on points, but I think Carrigal got a better launch out of that final corner.
Yes, he did. So we will say Carrigal is a championship leader. He seems to be struggling a little bit in the early stages. Good start up the inside of Smith, and since then it's been all backwards. He's down to 5th, and he's under pressure from both McLarens.
Yeah, but how many times have we seen that this season?
We have, yeah. I mean, it is, I'd say, a little bit more difficult to pass on this layout of Silverstone than it is the more modern one that's used.
Yeah,
but
this layout is way faster as well.
Brooklands is tighter. You have a chicane instead of the slow village and the loop corners, and then Wellington straight up to Brooklands. Gives great opportunities. Yep. I know you're yelling Weber because he's just got past it to 12th. I saw him, don't worry, as he goes past at Stowe.
Yeah, I'm doing the job in there. How dare you?
Yes.
Oh, that's Eastwood.
That's Eastwood going out the inside. Material almost
from Eastwood.
Material was almost on the grass on entry. It was a nice move. Almost on the grass on entry. There's Flynn sending an opportunistic one down the outside, but he loses out big time and runs wide. And he's going to be compromised through club. There's his teammate Dinesh Karthikeyan in a sandwich of Super Aguris, as we said, and getting a new livery. Aston Martin should be getting a new livery next week as well, just a bit more refined one, I think, above anything, because their car is predominantly blue. Let me put that right. It's nice, yes, but I think, I certainly would like more orange on it, so that will be that.
The Williams are seeming to struggle in their home Grand Prix, if you look at it.
The Williamses are struggling, yeah, they're going pretty slowly.
Sage.
We got Blanc holding up a big train of cars with Zage, who's on a comeback drive.
I mean, Flynn is pulling away from them, that's like the case.
Flynn is pulling away in the Aston, The Aston Martin in 16th is charging away up towards the HRT of Jack Agnes as they start lap 5 at 33. And where are we expecting pit stops, lads?
Good question.
No idea.
I am going to guess lap 23 is going to be the pit window.
25, perhaps.
That would make it quite late, which would mean if you lose your front wing now, it won't be at the end of the world. I mean, for Mondragon, he'll have to pit twice for sure, because he lost it on the first lap. But if you lose your front wing around now, maybe you could make it go to the end as Zach finally puts one up the inside of the wings, but can't get past. Blanc gets better drive through the rest of Stowe. Now what about Vale? Is Zach going to go for it? Yes, she does. Up the inside of the Vale chicane and through before the second part of it. And there goes Eugene.
No, never mind.
Trying to go around the outside, but then backs out of that one as Blanc gets a good run through Club. And at the front, we got the two Red Bulls. Of course, they finished 1-2 last time out.
What's happening to
they're neck and neck here. De Jong is up to third in the Ferrari, and that will be a great result for them as that's Littlegrum backing out to a move through Stowe. Not Stowe, Cops are getting them mixed up. And probably quite sensible to do so, because it's very hard to overtake there. Just ask Romain Grosjean.
Yes. Anyway,
coming through Maggots, Beckett and Chapel now. This is Chapel onto the hangar straight as they're going to pass underneath the RBS. Gantry and Smith is trying to stay as far. He was staying to the inside quite considerably long. Coming out of the corner. Here goes Littlegrum up the inside at Stowe. This has been a prominent passing spot, but he's not able to get past just then. What about Vale? Is Smith going to defend his position through Vale? No, but Littlegrum, at the same time, Littlegrum doesn't go for it. But look at the Ferrari of De Jong just slowly catching up to these guys. They're a decent gap as they cross the line to start the lap. It's coming down. That Ferrari is charging.
And there's Littlegrum for the lead down
Here we go into the chicane, and Smith holds over on the outside, but not enough. Through goes Littlegrum as they pass underneath bridge now, and Marcus Littlegrum has taken the lead of the race, despite the fact he's not been on pole position for the first time in 10 years. He leads the race. And yeah, Race, you were saying, what is happening at Mercedes? 5th and 6th, and when we saw, I think it was Hockenheim, they dropped down to 8th and 9th or something, but they were quickly back at the front.
That's very close to hitting into Aaron's.
We're about to start lap 7, and the Mercedes are nowhere. That's a crash.
No.
That's Stefan de Jong in the Lotus out of this race, and this is a big crash.
Dear.
He's gone onto the curb. Oh my word!
Dear.
He's gone over Hannah Eastwood.
That is a massive one.
Eastwood's carried on, so I think her head has been missed. Let's have a look though. De Jong goes for a gap that's not there, and then of course he has nowhere to go other than the curb. He rides it excessively. He just rides it too excessively. Goes into a roll. Oh my word.
No.
Oh dear. This could be bad. Let's have a look on the onboard. Oh, okay. I mean, if this was real life, it would have gone toppling over the car, not through it. So I think we'll have to say Eastwood's fine. If physics exists, and she gets hit again. If physics exists, that Toro Rosso is fine.
Yep, she's fine.
Anyway, going towards the front. That's our first retirement of this race, not the first front wing loss, but the first retirement. And the Mercedes guys, they should stop dueling because they have two very much clearly faster cars right behind them. Clearly, Carrigal's not listening to me. He's going for it into Maggots.
Simon is very impatient.
What about Beckett's now? And now through Chapel onto the hangar straight. This trolley train of cars here, which Aaron's is spearheading. They've got to be careful. Weaver's catching up as we look on board with the McLaren here of Kang Simon. And Carrigal is moving around all over the place, trying to go for a move, and he's finally got past his teammate, or has he? They're still side by side on exit, but no, Carrigal is through. And what about the McLaren of Simon who went for the move? On Kubasek, he's going for the Vale, he makes contact with the Ferrari, almost puts him into a spin. And he tries to go around that side at Club, but Club is actually a longer corner in this layout than in the old layout. It's not as tight, so it's in a way a bit.
They're bolting away with this.
They are running. De Jong's lost a lot of pace. He's been overtaken by Joseph Murray. But yeah, the Red Bulls are starting to run away with this here. Of course, their factory is based in Milton Keynes, which is, of course, in the same country as Silverstone. I actually don't know where Milton Keynes is in England.
How dare you not to? I mean, I don't know. You know.
I mean, I think like 7 of the teams are based in the UK, 8 maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Force India is actually based in Silverstone.
You can see their headquarters from the Silverstone if you get to a high enough vantage point. But we're not looking for the Force India HQ. We are looking at the battle for the lead between the two Red Bulls. Now, they have actually never taken each other out of a race before, despite the numerous amount of times that they have duelled on track. Normally for the race win. And here we go,
here we
Smith pulled
go.
out the slipstream very early. He's going for it into toe, and he
The driven
doesn't
comes
get the
back.
place done. And this is exactly what Joseph Murray wants to see. He wants to see two Red Bulls side by side.
I mean,
Not-
he's already
not-
gained 1 second on them.
Exactly. Not only so that he can, not only so that they might crash, but so he can gain on them. Because of course, if you're
Speaking
passing,
of-
Oh,
no, that's
the
Marco
championship
Cargo on the
leader.
front wing. The championship leader. He had a, I'd say, race to forget in Hockenheim. It was a good recovery drive. He's going to have to do another one. He's rammed of the Ferrari Tim de Jong through Cops.
I mean, this might not be a disaster for him.
It could be a blessing in disguise. Depends on the pit window. He shuts the door.
Oh, he went wide. Oh,
Kubica
dear.
very late and does go wide and rejoins almost, taking out Kang Simon's McLaren and himself there. And to be very careful, he's got to be careful with Weber's up on him. Weber has a trend of just being quietly minding his own business behind the leaders, waiting for them to take each other out.
in every race I think he participated.
Apart from Hockenheim, he was in
Well,
fourth
he
place in
luckily
his engine.
left.
And his engine gave up.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing here. He's in 9th place right now. That'll become 8th, and he's just slowly minding his own business. He's got a huge gap behind.
Kubica.
Bussek's Ferrari is catching up to his teammate, who's having a lapse in pace right now, as we've been seeing all season long with these cars. Underneath the gantry and into turn 1 at Cops, taking the 6th gear. And Kang Simon is catching back up to these guys as well.
I was going to say, like, Aaron
Marcus.
could go for a move on the Ferrari, but no, the other Ferrari behind
No,
him.
he's too far behind. Instead of attacking he's defending from one. Through Chapel now, and onto the hangar straight. No DRS, of course, but I'm sure that Ferrari's pulling to the outside line this time. He's going to try and go the long way round,
Simon.
and he's actually lost out there. Simon Mint's going to go down the inside of both of them. What on earth even happened there? Kubica must have backed off the throttle. There was no way the McLaren could have been so fast. Kang Simon is delighted. He's picked up 2 places. Kubica
Clear, clear.
saves it and gets 6th position away from Einar Irons. And this is turning from bad to worse for Mercedes right now.
Flynn is in
And we
12th.
have Flynn in 12th in the Aston Martin. Aston Martin still
Well,
never
make
scored
it.
an MMS
Defending.
point. They've never scored points in MMS. This might well be their first, and what a circuit it would be to do in their home race. That would be pretty special if that happened. Anyways,
Victoria's dropped off, and that's Skinner making a move on Clerk.
Skinner gets onto the curb and is not able to quite get past, and is now under pressure from her teammate TJ Nisbet through the back end of Club and now down the straight towards the chicane before Bridge. The other Aston Martin didn't
Still
go to
trying
Kane.
send it. Oh, that's contact
Getting
between the
past
Discoveries.
That was contact. Let's have another look at that. First bit of major contact we've seen between teammates. Of course, we had the McLarens at Vale, but that was nothing but more than a small punt.
Oh, that's just a subtle punt. Looked worse on the camera, but...
God damn it, Kai.
But shush.
Anyway, back to the front. Lettergram leads from his teammate James Smith. And then looking down the rest of the grid, we have Zage trying to get past Josh Flynn here for 12th
Look at
place.
Blanc, look at the exit Blanc got
Blanc
out
got
of
a
the corner.
fantastic exit out of Luffield, now through Woodcote. He's on the inside line, which in theory is the better line, but now coming into Cops, it's really just depends on your bravery. And he's actually too far back to pull a lunge there. You can't really dive bomb into Cops. It's too fast a
Meanwhile,
corner.
Zage,
And Zage
she has such a more powerful car.
goes from
Manchester.
defending to attacking, and she's going to get that place on Flynn up to 12th place, putting the Aston Martin back in its place. And he now has
It's
two
not
rampant
replaced with the
Williams.
Aston Martin yet, though.
No, he now has two Williams to defend from. That's both Venturis in the back, and then Mondragon. Is that Mondragon battling with his teammate?
Usually
Yep.
at the back. Nah.
It is Andrew Mondragon. What a startling recovery drive for the Venturia. He's back past his teammate and back up in the 16th place. That is remarkable.
Yeah.
Carroll was also caught up to the back of this.
Nothing short. Yeah, Carrickle actually didn't lose as much time as I think we thought he would. And Einar Rowans is still
Simon
nowhere.
is in the young.
He's 7th still. He's absolutely nowhere. As Littergroma has bolted a little bit from his team. It's a couple of corners ahead of him as he went through Maggots. And Carrickle, as you said, was on the back of the back markers in 23rd position, going much faster than them. We're on lap 10. Well, these guys were on lap 10. The leaders are on lap 11 of 33. If you just joined us, thank you for tuning in to the MMS British Grand Prix here held at the Silverstone Bridge layout. You're currently watching Marco Carrickle lost his front wing on lap, I believe it was 8, and is having
Yeah.
now to make another recovery drive, just like he did in Hockenheim. There's a bit less laps to do it, a bit harder to overtake here as well than it was at Hockenheim, so we'll just have to see how well he does with that.
He's actually going to go for it in Magazine Beck. Wow.
He has the better car. He
True.
has the overspeed. We've seen this happen a lap, well, not a lap ago, but a while ago, with Zage overtaking Flynn, just using the overspeed.
Indeed, and going through Maggots.
Merckx back past his teammate, not
There's
actually in the
Agnes
back
making a
now.
Valyak.
Agnes goes past in the HRT, up to 17th. It's been a dismal season so far for HRT. They desperately need some motivation.
Well, I mean,
A very good result.
It's been confirmed. Oh, there's a bit of skin. Oh, no.
Oh, my word, Cargill almost goes for a
Nearly
front,
saves it and overtakes.
and overtakes, just like, who was it?
Kubicek.
Kubicek, yeah. Well remembered.
We had confirmation that basically the chassis that the HRT prepared for this season is lackluster, and well, there's not much they can do about it now. But
It's the same chassis that
Super Guru uses.
Super Guru is running. Aston Martin, well, it would have been the Virgin. Well, I think we'll just call it the Aston chassis.
Yeah.
They're running their own independent one. For next season, they'll have a Sauber one in their car, along with Mercedes engines. They're currently running Ferrari engines. Struck up a deal very soon into their life from last season. Immediately got that deal for next season. They did not want Cosworth engines for another season. They've got themselves Ferrari. Now, close to the front, Henrik Weber. Weber's down to 13th. He was 8th a few laps ago. He's down to 13th under pressure now from a wild Andrew Mondragon.
And
Who is
Roland Blanc.
He is effectively in that position. He's recovered fantastically well. Has the Venturia. And he's going up the inside of the Force India coming into Stowe, and he's way late on the brakes. So much more confidence in that driver, in that cockpit. And he's able to get up into 13th place. And there goes Blanc.
Oh, come on.
It's the back of Weber, and he's going to go rolling.
He held
he's
it.
not. He
Held it.
holds it.
And there's his
That's
teammate
pretty-
Eugen now.
This time he doesn't quite overtake, and he actually loses the car. Eugen got the Venturia Valyak just behind now. It's a very good car. A lot of drivers displaying some very good car control abilities. This race closer to the front, we got the two McLarens going for it. This is for the final podium spot. Looking on board with Kang Sai-min as he's closing up to the back of Joseph Murray. He's going to go for it into Stowe. Murray defends really aggressively there, shutting the door as quickly as he could, almost swiping his teammate out of the race. And now Kubicek is all over the back of that McLaren, who rides the curbs quite aggressively there. Thought he was going for a roll, managed to hold on to it. Yeah, it's been a good result for McLaren, 3rd and 4th. The British outfit, Murray, of course, the British driver in that team, will probably want to beat his teammate at this race above all.
Yep.
As they come into bridge now.
Kubicek, to be fair, I'm really surprised and I'm really stunned by the progress Ferrari has made this season. You know, from basically a bit of nobodies, really, showing lackluster performance in Season 3 to challenging for podiums. With a lineup you wouldn't think that, you know, could challenge for such podiums. You know, the switch of team bosses to Taka Zanada definitely helped the team get back up to speed, and now they will switch the team boss again for Season 5, so it's very interesting to see what will happen with the Italian outfit here.
Well, last season I think they had one front row start, 1 or 2 podiums, nothing more. It was quite a dismal season. This season didn't start very promisingly, but race by race they've gradually been getting closer to the front. And now as we look at Jakub Kubicek trying to overtake Simon, thinks better of it.
Consistently, Ferrari has been a lot better than they were last season, because last season they were really inconsistent. They were like,
inconsistent, until halfway point where they really started to fall off the pace and then consistently at the back, and that's Kubicek up into 4th place. 1 more place he's on the podium, and now here's Taman de Jong, who's just lost a place to Aarons.
finally maybe looking to get
Mercedes.
some
Aarons, he's been languishing down there for a while now.
Into 12.
Flynn's back to 12th, who they over? Oh, Weber, of course. Henrik Weber's been the one who's been taken. Here's the other Aston
Aragon
Martin
lost
who's
his front
trying
wing
to take him.
again.
Yup.
He has. He's in the pits. Well spotted. And what's happened here? It goes from bad to even
Valyak and
worse.
Cargill were in the pits. What happened?
They must have come together or something.
I
Unless
think they were
Valyak
two
is,
separate incidents.
unless Valyak's opened the pit window, which would be very early.
No.
No, I think he had the
That's a
whole thing
front.
there.
That was a front wing off there.
Probably Valyak.
We're going way back here. We really missed this one.
And I was like, yeah,
2012.
probably. And it wasn't Disturb.
Oh, it's a Stowe.
Oh, it's an attempt at a move.
Oh, he's hit the back of the HRT and he's gone wide as Stowe rejoins the circuit.
Okay, now
He
what
almost
happened to
spins out.
Valyak?
What's happened to Valyak? Let's have a look. So we saw this with the Williams. We didn't quite see Carrigal in the background. This is Woodcut. This is now coming to Cops.
And
Maggots. Still Maggots. What about Beckett's? Fine through Beckett's. Fine through Chapel.
Stowe.
It's going to be at Stowe again.
No, it's
No,
not.
Vale.
Ah,
It's Vale. It's at Vale. He goes a bit too late. Locks up. And rams to the back of the Williams. Still tries to get the
still
move
nearly
though.
overtook.
We got both cars now back into the pit road.
As
And I think
Mondragon
that's-
overtaking Flynn.
I think that's all she wrote for Carrigal. Probably no points today.
I mean,
Maybe
to be
9th
fair,
or 10th.
He's closer to the pit window. So in
He
theory,
might, yes, but he
could
might
make
well
a
do. But he's
strategic
now
master
driven.
stroke.
He has now driven
that's
3 or 4
Valyak.
laps
Oh,
without a
yeah.
front wing. Look, Valyak's almost a lap down. He's actually come out right ahead of the Red Bull. And look how much he's held him up already. These guys are going so much slower through here. Smith has to get past Valyak, or Valyak has to get out of the way. Ideally the latter. And this is Lissagram's chance to pull away. Smith goes to the outside,
Smith
which
goes
we've...
for it.
It's not the right line. It's
Murray.
not the right line. Through goes
Murray.
Murray on the inside. He's up into second place.
Gets it
Smith
done.
just can't get past Valyak.
And we have a penalty for Jean Leblanc. 2 penalty points.
I'm gonna guess that's for causing a collision with
That was Valyak, I believe.
Yeah.
Valyak.
So
Anyway,
I've spotted Blanc turning into the corner into Valyak, so... I mean, I won't argue
Smith
that.
Smith has to get past Valyak. He's going for it into the chicane. This is the only time this season of Venturia will ever battle a Red Bull. It's holding on. Smith sweeps around the outside of Bridge though, and he's finally got past the Ventura. But look at what the damage that's done. Not only has he lost the place, look at the gap to Littergram. Littergram is exiting Lovefield now. Smith has just exited Brooklands.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of time there.
That's
That's Flynn repassing Andrew Mondragon. He's repassed him. He's back up into 11th. And another man who's on the charts is Henrik Weber. Of course, was 8th at one point in this race. Dropped like a stone. He's now climbing like a rocket through the grid. The field, sorry, not the grid. And now he's going to try and probably get past Andrew Mondragon coming into the chicane. No, other way around. Mondragon, he was opportunistic. The gap was not really there, and Flynn quickly closed the door and holds on to 11th as they come through Bridge. Now, I actually don't know what the name of this corner is, but I know this next one is Brooklands.
Just called... It's a corner.
Just
It's a
corner.
A corner.
Anyway, Carrigal is in Stowe right now, and Littergram is in Vale. They are almost not Stowe, sorry. Oh no, it would be Stowe actually. Carrigal's lapped. Marco Carrigal has been lapped, I think.
Yeah, because it came later.
There he
he's
is.
lapped.
Yeah, there he is. He's being lapped by his teammate here. As here goes Simon now overtaking Vale. These back markers being really problematic though, as we
And
saw
this
with
isn't even,
Catalonia.
like the beginning of it all, really.
Exactly. This is a couple cars. Valyak overtaken at Bridge once again.
I mean, Carrigal might
This-
do a favour
to
to
be fair,
his teammate in
Carrigal
there.
blocking Kubusek here allowed Arendt and the Young to
Yeah,
catch back
Carrigal's
up.
doing his teammate a favour here. Oh, and
Oh.
it's back of Kubusek goes Aarons. He's very lucky not to lose his footing there. He
Arendt's
gets
caught
past.
down. And that's
That
the
was
Young
aggressive.
forcing
De
Kubusek.
Jong.
Kubusek clearly caught out by that. He was not able to keep the position to De Jong either. He's down to 7th. Aaron's up to 5th. Highest he's run since what, lap 4?
Something like that, yeah.
As we start lap 17 of 33, half distance in this race. Taman De Jong just behind Enno Aarons as they come through Cops and now into Maggots. Beckett's and Chapel section of the track, which is my personal favourite.
I mean, you're not the only one.
I'm sure I'm not. Onto the hangar straight. I would say that Ferrari's a little bit too far back to gain enough slipstream to go for a move into Stowe, but you never know.
No,
And he is too far back. Everything kind of settled down a little bit now.
Look at this
We say this
Kubusek,
every-
though. 3 seconds behind his teammate already.
I swear, every time I say that, there's a massive on-track moment, and there might well be one here. Olivia Zage, another person who's on a recovery drive, finally caught back up to Hannah Eastford and trying to get past. These guys have a pretty sizable gap to the car behind, which is the Aston Martin of Josh Flynn. Might not be for much longer. Zage going to the outside of Eastwood. That's not the optimal line, as we've learned already. Not able to get past the Stowe. What about it?
Maybe
Vale?
No, it's Vale. Yup.
Does go
Yep.
down the inside at Vale. Eastwood aggressively defending, but I think Zage is
Zage
going to
got
get
through.
past, and Zage does go past, as Viba's got past Flynn at Stowe.
Mondragon's lost pace.
Mondragon just lost a lot of pace here.
He has, yeah. He's been pushing like crazy, maybe a little bit too hard. As his Carter Kane. Carter Kane is being absolutely put in his place by his teammates so far this season. Which
And
you wouldn't
Carter Kane
expect
is
from a
so
more
quick.
experienced driver. He's quick, yeah, don't get me wrong.
Oh, look at
But he's being
Carrigal.
put in his
Oh,
place.
dear.
And De Jong has got past Carrigal now. He's actually ended up holding up his teammate there and costing
Oh, look at this.
his
Smith
team in
and
a
Murray
position.
battling for P2.
Smith is going
Murray's
back
gone
for
by.
P2. No, Murray was always by, remember? With Valyak holding him up.
Oh yeah.
Smith trying to get past. He's going to do it quickly. Hang Simon's not too far behind. You can see him here in the background.
Aaron's
Carrigal,
held
get
up
out of the
by
way,
his
fam.
teammate.
Aaron's still not trying to get past. He's still not got past his teammate. And if you're sensible here, Mark Carrigal, you let your teammate go past. And this is going to cause some problems in the debrief later, I am sure.
Maybe he's not got to remember that he's a lap down.
Maybe not. Maybe he's refusing to accept that he is a lockdown. He's going for an overtake on Mihail Valyak here.
I mean, those two are fighting.
That's for
Yeah,
position.
that's for position.
The problem
between
is-
Carrigal and
The
Valiant.
problem is, what's not for position is every other car around them,
Yeah, like Aaron's getting
who
pushed
also
Oh
behind
so
my
him.
happen to be
God, Aaron's
faster.
again with
And
the
Aaron's is
punt.
pulling the punt move at Brooklands once again.
I mean, we've seen the same move into Vale by other drivers, like just.
Might cost him here. Actually, no, he's got a good run on the exit,
No,
but
it's not a good run.
Kubisek's through.
Kubisek's
Kubisek's through.
mind you.
Kubasek is up in his 6th place. They're side by side through Woodcourt and now down the start finish straight. You're on board with the Mercedes. He's got Kubasek on the inside and he loses out. He's down back to 7th. It
Look
is
at the
all going
slipstream.
wrong. It is all going wrong for Mercedes here at Silverstone. It's really not been the race they wanted, particularly after the start. They were 2nd and 3rd heading into Cops. They're now 7th and 23rd.
28 seconds.
22nd, yes, my bad.
This is
I mean-
unlapping himself on the Young. As Kang Simon, the inevitable has
Smith.
happened and he has caught up to James Smith.
Smith's losing pace in the Red Bull.
He might have an issue. I mean, look at this. He's not even fighting for this position.
You say that.
I say that, but he seemed to go very slowly approaching that chicane.
He's very defensive into bridge as well.
Look at
And to
them.
this
Look
next
at them
corner.
about. The leaders are approaching back markers yet again.
First legitimate back markers.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Cargill and Vayak are back markers. Cargill's in a Mercedes.
I mean,
The
well,
Venturi is a
perhaps.
midfield car.
Yeah.
Kind of lower midfield, but still, I would say back marker. That's being a bit harsh. But enough of back markers. We're looking at the battle for 3rd place here. The final step on the podium.
I mean,
James Smith.
Murray has also caught back up to Litterum.
Murray has called Instagram, yep. Just a bit up the road. They are on the hanger straight right. And here they are.
And I'll tell you what, with enough slipstream, he could go for a movie now.
I
In
don't
here
think
or
so.
in
No,
Vale.
no. Vale, maybe not Stowe though. Stowe's too quick a corner. It's fantastic corner. Stowe. It's very fast. It's blind.
Nah, he's
He's-
too far.
He's later on the brakes though, and it's going to be exactly the same with Kang Simon. Both McLaren finding themselves in identical situations, just fighting for different positions.
Look at this.
I believe this
look at
cap-
Murray.
He's got very good slipstream coming up towards the chicane.
I mean, Kai did say we could have a 4th different win in here, and it could be a McLaren driver.
It might. Well, it looks like it might. If anything, a McLaren driver right now is the fastest on track. Murray is
Was it-
all over the back of Litterum, as is Simon on Smith, and
But the traffic in front of them.
Yeah, the traffic might spice things up as Murray, also the fastest man on the track, he has the fastest lap of the race, so you're not wrong there, James. Whoa, but look at this.
Oh, speaking of pits.
Murray's got a really good run through Woodcourt. Here he comes into Cops. Is he going to go for it? He's thought about it, but decided just to sit in behind and get the
Simon
better
has
run
passed
now.
Smith.
Simon has passed Smith, but we're not concentrating on that. We're looking at the battle for the lead. Or we were looking for the battle for the lead until our cameraman decided to go for a raspberry cheesecake. But through Chapel now, Littlegrum still
Now
just
it's
ahead
close.
of
Now
Joseph
it's
Murray.
close.
Now he's much closer, yes. Where's he going to go? Littlegrum is quite defensive. Now
Down
moves
inside
over
of
to the
Stowe,
other side of the
surely.
track. But Murray, he's left the door gaping open. Murray goes
And
for the
he
gap.
goes for it, then.
And he gets the door slammed in his face. And Marcus Littlegrum holds onto the place. Perfectly defended by the Red Bull driver. Absolutely perfect. Let Murray have the inside line. And then, now look how compromised the McLaren is. He's nowhere
Yeah.
near a passing spot.
Kabusek is coming
Is there-
into the pits, so pit window opened.
Oh, the pit window has opened on lap 21 of
as well.
33.
Zage also coming in.
So double stacking at Toro Rosso.
What happened to Viva?
And that's Viva losing out to Mondragon. Flynn's down to 15th, well, I have to say that's expected.
Yep.
Skinner and Counter KN.
These guys have been battling relentlessly all race.
I mean, this is the back marker, boys. What do you expect?
You're on board with the Super Aguri of Tegan Skinner, fired from Mercedes this time. This was... Actually, no, it was a few rounds ago last
I have
season.
been speaking to the team boss of HRT, and he's been pretty vocal about this as well. He's willing to sack Tegan Skinner from the
It's
team.
going from bad to worse for Skinner.
Yep. Talk about a career in shambles.
Oh yes, despite the fact that Skinner got points in Canada last season, Lotus is only points.
Littlegrim is coming to lap these guys.
Instagram is coming to lap them indeed, as that's Kubasek in the pit lane. How dark is it in there, my word.
Yeah, shadows. As that is
Physics.
both of the McLarens coming into the pits as Littlegrim.
Instagram has caught the back of another back marker battle. He's got to clear them quickly. Here's Mansell Clerk on his debut in the high category.
It's good end badly.
MMS.
Oh,
The FJ champion letting the leader through.
Not without too much of a fight though, but Instagram does go past, which is all that he really wants at this point. But look how many back markers he's got in front of him. And he's got to clear every single one of them because it seems that blue flags simply don't exist. And Smith is
Look,
going for the
Smith,
move.
he has to
Into
make it
chicane,
sooner
he
or
makes
later.
contact with the McLaren. He's still there on the exit just about, but the McLaren is ahead coming into bridge and holds the position as Smith kicks up a little bit of dust on the inside of the corner.
Smith is all over Simon.
He really is.
Pitting. I swear he is.
Simon is pitting this lap. You've got to be careful not to swipe the Red Bull out of the race.
Nah, that's kind of hard to do.
And they're through
So Murray and
Into pit
Simon
road.
both in.
both McLarens double stacking just like the Toro Rossos on the last lap. And it'll be interesting to see when Murray comes out. Through goes Einar Aarons. That's Wiebel. Wieber's actually a lot closer than we thought he was to the McLarens. Oh no, he's a lap down.
He's a lap down, probably.
He's
yeah.
a lap down. Oh, I was wondering how he was so much
That's a
closer.
long stop for Murray.
Even longer for Simon. He's only away now, as De Jong only entering the pit lane. Aaron
Oh, for
still
goodness sake, you
hasn't
two.
got past his teammate, and yeah, I echo what Rick said. They're still going at it. Come on, Marco, let him go.
Now the thing is that Aaron's is spitting now, so you cannot pass him.
That was an awkward line from him.
Oh my
Little
god. Slowly
Rum
going.
he's losing so much time. Look at his teammate. Although he's really catching him, teammate.
Yeah,
You
but
can see them in the
you
same
see
shot
the-
now.
The braking for the entrance of the corner. Look how slow Littlegrim is entering. He's lifting and coasting that car to the pit
He
lane.
might actually not have enough fuel. Yeah, we haven't had any.
He knew. Did you look
He's
up
actually
there?
going slower than back markers right now. Or
I
at the
mean-
same pace.
Because these people mostly have pitted.
And
and
into
he
the
lapped
pits he
them,
comes.
so- Oh my god.
What about his
train in
teammate?
the pits.
His teammate has also come into the pit lane, I think.
Yep.
Yep, yes.
There he is in the background.
See him just behind.
Right
Is
in front.
Smith going to jump his teammate? We'll wait and see.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, Aaron's has hit the back of Smith,
Oh,
and that
no.
might well give him
This could end
damage.
badly. This
This
could
could end
badly.
very
Could end
badly.
Oh.
He's away safely. Woof! That's a huge sigh of relief.
Oh, that's Scout to K.
Oh, Carter K, and that's
That's
dangerous.
unsafe.
He's in the way of the Red Bull as well.
Oh,
He's been
man.
jumped in pit stops actually by Little there.
And look
And
at
he's
Murray.
Smith
That's
has
Murray. That's
jumped.
both of them.
Smith has jumped Murray and Simon. He's jumped both of them, but he has to get past the Aston Martin quickly, or it will all be for
Well,
naught.
Littlegrim has lost a lot of time to these guys.
This is a carbon copy of what happened. Remember how Murray got past Smith. It's a carbon copy. Smith has to go to the inside line if he's going to get the move. No, he's gone to the outside line again. He has not
No,
learned
look,
from
he
his
has the
mistake.
overspeed. He has the overspeed. It's fine. He's gonna
He
make
might
it.
he might well be able to make it. Yes, you're right. He's
And
able to
Murray
do
and-
it. The two McLarens neck and neck through the corner, side by side, and Carter Kane's going to intervene in this one. And Murray dive bombs down the inside and gets third place. Yes, he does.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
but
he,
up
the
to
he
third.
back
still,
away.
he still hasn't lapped Counter KN.
Yeah, still got that Aston Martin ahead of him. This is the most screen time I've ever
Look at
seen that for
Simon.
an Aston
Whoa.
Martin. He's down the inside of Murray. He's still side by side. He's got the preferable outside line that he can sweep around the outside of bridge. And the Vietnamese driver takes
he
back
gets into,
the
he
podium
hits
spot.
into him.
He's put to Carter Kane on the exit as well, and he's Not able to get past to Brooklands. What about... No, he's from wide. He missed his breaking point for Brooklands. And Murray is going to go through around the outside and back into third place. And what that's allowed is the Red Bulls have taken off.
But look how much time Littergrim has lost.
Oh dear, oh dear,
oh dear! That's contact! Smith somehow is going to turn contact into taking the position. That's remarkable stuff. And he's up into the lead. Let's have a replay of that. That was a massive moment for Louis H, for everybody probably, even if you don't support Red Bull. Have a look at this. Contact, slide, drift, and then overtake. That's pretty remarkable stuff. And with just under... we're on lap 25, so just under 9 laps to go. He's got that position.
What's happened to Aaron's?
Aaron's is down the order. He lost.
Aaron's is just in 5th. He's absolutely nowhere, and that's almost 3 wide through Stowe.
That's never going to work.
Instagram just behind his teammate as Smith goes through on Tegan Skinner. No, he doesn't. He's Skinner pushing him wide or something. We'll have to see a replay of that maybe. They're side by side to the club. And Instagram's through.
He got too much overspeed.
Maybe he had a snap. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, let's see. So makes the move on the curb. Too much.
Oh, it is. Yeah, big loss of control there, and he's lost the place, and it's allowed the McLarens to close back up.
No, not really.
Well, it has. It compromised both of them.
Just not using it to their advantage, in my opinion.
Well, remember, they were stuck behind Carter Kane for a long time.
True.
Who they are now pulling away from. And into Brooklands, the Red Bulls still 1 and 2. With 8 laps to go in this race. And that's Simon getting aggressive. What a move! From the McLaren of Simon around the outside at Luffield, just finding the grip where no one else could. And he's up into 3rd place yet again.
In 12.
He's actually not too far away from the points.
If he could actually stop losing his front wing, he could get points still.
Skinner now. Smith still has to lap Skinner.
Yeah, Littergrim's getting away now, unless Smith gets by now. I mean, there's still traffic to come, and Simon is catching up to the leaders.
Yeah, that's the thing. Both of the McLarens are slowly but surely catching up.
There you go. Smith down inside. Skinner fights. Oh, come on.
No, Skinner's gone back around the other side. I mean, I think we have some flags set out for next race because it's very big.
I mean, there's nothing I can do about it now.
There
is no blue flags. That's the thing. The area have no blue flags, so we just have to live with it.
I mean, despite that, the racing so far in the 26 laps and counting has been amazing. Like, it's been clean.
Pretty damn good, yeah. We've had 1 retirement and it was a freak accident.
Yeah, like, it's actually been surprisingly clean.
No mechanical failures either. It's been very clean.
For now.
I mean, you say that, but we had no mechanical failures in Bahrain until that one Mercedes engine.
Until a lap and a corner to go. When that Mercedes engine cried enough.
Smith's coming back at his
Look at the overspeed on Littergrim. He backs out of it a little bit. He's not going to go for it, the cops. Littergrim does go for a move though, and Smith has to back out of that one. That was a massive heart-in-mouth moment, and actually, Littergrim was able to pass the back marker he was trying to. Coming into Maggots, and he's up past. Smith now has to try and do the same, and this is the carbon copy of exactly what happened with Mihail Valjak.
Yeah, but Simon's going right behind.
He's gone to the outside. Does he have the enough overspeed? We'll wait.
Simon's going to go for the move on both.
We're 3 wide. We're 3 wide into Stowe. There's contact, and
Smith still defends.
Holds on to 2nd place despite breaking the earliest.
That is one of the overtakes of the season, surely.
Fantastic move, and he's now trying to get past Club, but that's compromised. There he goes, Murray. Murray takes 2nd place. Murray's up into 2nd place. The Red Bull 1-2. So we had since the pit stop window is gone in a flash.
And he could still go for the win.
One tiny mistake and through went the McLaren, and Smith now has to try and clear the Venturi. Valjak almost hits the back of the McLaren and goes very slowly on the apex.
Oh dear.
And Smith, he's been hampered by... Oh!
There we go!
That's the race lead for Kang Simon. If I've been calling him Murray this whole time, I'm very sorry.
No, I could have sworn it was Simon as well. Sorry, Murray as well.
Kang Simon is up into the race lead.
How has this happened?
What?
I said it in the intro.
Are we going to have a fourth different winner in the first 4 races.
I mean, if it's not a Mercedes or a Red Bull driver, then sure.
And
You will have it.
third different team to win as well. We've only had 2
Yeah.
teams win the races. Even the one at Brno was
Shush.
won by a Mercedes.
Shush. Illegal. You know, Smith shouting instead of
he's going for his teammate. I'm amazed. I was convinced they were going to make contact there. They didn't make contact.
Valjac's probably going to come back at Smith. No, it's
No,
not.
but Murray's
Murray's
Murray.
going for it on Agnes. I mean, we're seeing more battles with the leaders passing back markers than the leaders passing leaders, right?
Look at this, now it's a freeway battle. They're all in a top 3 train here. And that's Littergrim down yourself, Simon. That's not going to work. It's a bit of contact.
He's going to have to defend from his teammate now. Smith's coming at him. He's not able to get past just yet as they come under the bridge now. And Littergrim is all out of shape, trying to go down the inside. Simon is really, really slow ever since he got past Littergrim and now into Brooklands and Luffield where he got past the Red Bull on the last lap.
I mean, we've seen the trend that the leaders seem to get pace and then they lose it after a few laps. So
Immediately lose it, yes. And now we
not
have
immediately, if you've seen Littergrim.
5 laps to go in this race. And it's anybody's best guess as to who's going to win it. You can narrow it down to 3 drivers.
Up to this.
Murray's not too far away.
I mean, he's stuck behind.
Actually,
Bottas,
no,
but-
he's right there. Actually, he's just got one
Yeah.
back marker in the middle. Murray's just been quietly closing and closing on these guys until he's right on.
Lidrigum's going to go for it, surely.
Down the hanger straight. Murray's in a very good tow as well.
as you say,
Here
right.
goes Instagram down the inside. Simon's late off of the
Actually,
brakes,
Simon
and he makes
defends.
contact. He makes contact. It seems to be quite difficult to overtake at Stowe.
And there's a
Murray
Which-
rid of the back
finally
marker.
laps Valyak.
You
Yes.
say, yeah, they,
It
no.
is-
no,
no, he's not
no.
through. There goes Valyak back. Valyak being a pain in McLaren's, being a thorn in McLaren's backside.
There you go, he's passed.
And through goes the McLaren as I've dropped my Malteser.
Are you still eating the Maltesers?
Those who don't know, we've been recording this for like 2 hours now, and James has still not finished them.
I have a huge packet with me.
Gosh dang
I
it.
swear to God.
I will not be finished for a while. Looking at Marcus Instagram here in second place. He's got that McLaren just ahead of him. And he needs to try and get past as soon as he can.
Speaking of a McLaren, look at
Oh.
Murray. He's very close to Smith. It's the
McLaren is
championship
not done with it
battle
yet.
of season 3 all over again.
It is, yep.
With Merckx nowhere to be seen, it's literally last season all over again.
You have the McLaren expertise and the Red Bull.
And there's
Money.
still no traffic in front of them.
But Mercedes, let's just talk about Mercedes quickly. They have been absolutely nowhere
I mean,
in this race.
Oh, look at Littergrim. That's a very slow exit from Littergrim. Smith goes to the outside. Doesn't do a switchback, but this all
Thing with
is
Mercedes-
going on to Littergrim.
they had 2 engine upgrades failing in the last race, and according to the rules, they couldn't fix it into this race. They are going to fix it into next race, so we should see next race if it's going to boost them or not.
As
But
a
they've
Smith-
already lost crucial points. Oh dear, here we go.
And that's going to compromise him. Here comes the McLaren. You caught me.
Murray,
You've caught me eating my Malteser, damn it. And through. Almost. Voice crack. Goes Joseph Murray, but Smith is able to shut that door on him as he went through bridge. And now through Brooklands and Luffield, he's fine.
And now it's
Holding
a top,
on that position.
It's a top 4 battle for the lead. Simon lost a bit of pace now, and this whole train of Red Bull, and McLaren have caught up to him.
It's McLaren, Red Bull, McLaren.
it's a McLaren sandwich
3
with Hubble Red Bull.
laps to go.
Okay.
They have one back marker in front of them, so this is going to just turn into a showdown. They have Josh Flynn just ahead. Is he going to change this race, or are they going to be able to all clear him very quickly? Is he going to shunt himself out of the race? Who knows?
Considering what we have seen this whole race, or rather this whole season, he is going to be a spanner in the works of most of these drivers.
We might well see a mechanical failure as well. Don't discount that.
Ah, that's Littergrim.
Every car.
Oh!
Littergrim up the inside. Murray went up the inside as well.
Smith
Littergrim
on
with
the
more
outside.
success. Littergrim's had more success than the McLaren did going up the inside of the Red Bull. He's on the outside of Vale, which turns to the inside line now for Club, and he's through.
And
He's taken
Littergrim's
the
through.
lead. Marcus Littergrim finally back up past the McLaren of Kangsheim in with just 2 laps remaining
And
after
Smith
this
now down
one.
the inside
Smith.
of Simon.
So trying to make it a 1-2, and he's done it.
And Murray.
He's
Lost
through.
on Murray. What's happening to
Simon
Simon?
is down from 1st to 4th, and Red Bull have gone for second and third. They're now 1 and 2.
Oh dear.
Oh!
Yeah.
Murray's hit the back of Smith. Will that give anyone damage? It certainly hasn't given any visible damage, but there might well be a little bit.
And Lidricum's running away with it now.
Lidricum's running away. Yes, Smith is protecting his teammate here. Lidricum would take the championship lead as it stands right now. Looking on
That
board with
reminds
the
me, where's
McLaren of
Carragher?
Simon. Carragher, I think, is in
It
10th
could be in the
place.
battle of like 8, 9, 10.
There's a
11.
big battle going on for 10th place. We're looking at the
Oh,
battle.
oh,
The McLarens hit each other. The McLarens have hit each other. And somehow, Kangsai Min has got away with that without losing his front wing at Cops. That is exactly what you don't want to happen
Look at Prince in the background as well.
Yeah,
After the
Aaron's got
replay,
back
so.
up.
at McLaren's home race. Let's have a look at this. Murray goes defensive, and Simon just doesn't expect his teammate to be so slow. And boom.
Other cases, this could actually be a front wing. This could be front wing damage in other cases, but
It
somehow
might
they got
well
away
have
with
some
it.
nose damage, yeah. That front wing might by itself, who knows? It might be Alonso Palladium. But it's R factor, so it's unlikely. And yeah, look at Littlegrim. He's cleared the back marker as well. I think this is Littlegrim's race to lose now.
Next lap is the final lap.
Yeah.
It is the final lap. And don't count Aaron's out of a podium yet. He's been silently catching these guys. Finally, we've recognized that he is within striking range this time next
Simon
lap.
is low on
So
fuel.
few. I mean, it is the final lap next lap, so it's not. It's not. You know.
Well, when that indicator popped up on the McLaren last time, they lapped the next lap after it showed. So Simon might have messed his strategy. As there we go.
That's
Oh,
Dion. Oh, he's
Oh.
spun. It's all kicking off at the end here. Dion, 7th place. He's got a huge gap behind.
Cargill
Actually,
is
doesn't
in
lose
10th.
his front wing or anything. Cargill is in 10th as I predicted. He's not too far away from 9th either. He's right on the tail actually.
Considering the pain of a weekend he's had, 10
Marcus
places.
Lettergrom goes through Woodcut for the penultimate time to start the final.
1 lap to go.
And Smith is going for a move on Flynn. If he could pull this one, I would say he has second in the bag. He has
Yep.
not pulled it off. Yes, he has. He's gone through.
McLaren's not pitting.
There's now
I think it's going to be another Red Bull 1-2 as Murray and Simon side by side. It's Maggots. They've been
Oh
contact
my
on the last lap and
days.
through. Goes the Vietnamese driver on the Brit at Maggots, now through Beckett and Chapel. He's got the gap, and I think Simon might well have just secured himself 3rd place with a brilliant move at
Aaron's
Maggots.
is actually quite lackluster. I don't think Aaron's is going to pose any.
No, Aaron's is
challenge.
nowhere.
Look at
I re-
Volyak though.
Well, yeah.
Zayak is going
Murray's
for a
losing.
move on the McLaren and hitting him. As Marcus Littergrom is starting his final sector of the lap. It's been a thoroughly entertaining race to watch. A lot of fantastic battles going on. The back markers even playing their part. But it
And now,
looks like
well and truly going to take championship leads.
he has 4 more corners to go. 5 more corners, 4 now. Marcus Littergrom hasn't won a race this season yet. He's been on pole position 3 times this season. And now as he comes through Luffield for the final time, he's finally going to convert that pace we've seen in qualifying in the races. He hasn't led all this race, but he's led it when it matters. And as he comes around Woodcote for the final time, Marcus Lettergrom becomes the 4th different winner in 4 races. He wins for Red Bull and leads home another Red Bull 1-2. Perfect in the constructors for them. And Littergrom takes the championship lead as well, with Smith second in the championship now, after this man lost his front wing not once, but twice, and he's going to finish in 10th unless he can get past the limit stage at the end. Well done to McLaren, 3rd and 4th at their home race. That's a pretty decent haul of points, their best haul of points all season, with Kang Simon leading home his teammate. Aarons has finished 5th, the Ferraris of Kubasek and De Jong next. Then it's Hannah Eastwood who's going to finish in 8th, and it looks like Olivia is going to hold for 9th place. A double points finish for Toro Rosso.
Sage had a penalty as well.
Zage might well have a penalty, so Carragher will take 9th place. Still, double points finish for Toro Rosso. Pretty decent
Yeah,
result
Sage
for
had a
them.
5-second penalty. He might not finish in the points.
No,
It might-
is
she
in
might
the points.
actually-
She is in the points. She is in the points.
I think
Because
she will
the
just
gap-
about be in the points.
The gap was 5.3 to Pereira.
Decent
Yeah, we'll
recovery
confirm
drive from Andrew Modric after the contact turn 1.
Yeah.
As Vibe and Eugene coming into the pits on being lapped on the in-lap from the leaders.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, that
no
was-
contact.
there's
That's
Viva,
Viva.
though.
He's gone through. He's taken 14th to the very last corner. Henry Viva 14th to the 14th. Oh, he's pitting.
Yeah,
We'll stop pitting.
but he finishes in 14th ahead of Eugene.
We'll finish 14th, but yeah, that's probably one of the best races so far this season for battling. We saw
Aaron's
tense
fantastic.
battle
Aaron's fastest lap.
as he was catching these guys, yeah. But yeah, Mercedes absolutely know with this race. They've been leapfrogging the constructors and the drivers, depending on which driver it is. Yeah, Red Bull stamping their authority. 2 1-2 finishes in a row. This one's slightly less convincing, but still, they managed to pull it off, and they did it at the perfect time, right at the death. They got themselves into that 1-2, and never looked back.
And Kai was right. Sage only just holds on to B10 with his 5-second penalty. The gap's going to be like 2
His.
Gee, gosh dang it.
But yeah. Yeah, nothing really much else to add, other than Marco Carrigal has very much been the championship so far. He's got some work to do to get that gap back up. The streak of a different winner every race continues. 4 different winners in the first 4 races.
Right, speaking of the drivers, guys, driver of the day.
That's tough.
Yeah.
No one really stands out.
I mean, to be fair, Carrigal, after pitting twice, still finishes.
He was
Yes, but 45 seconds race win, and losing the front wing in the first place deducts you points. So
yeah,
I wouldn't say Carrigal.
yeah.
Like
Also
any
Mondragon.
Mercedes finishing.
Mondragon,
That was a good recovery drive. Zage as well. Zage went off at the first corner as well.
Yeah.
Remember?
I mean, she caused the incident, so that's kind of minus point to her.
I'll probably just say Marcus Littlegrim is his easy option.
Yeah.
He won the race, didn't qualify on pole or anything in the race. Kept his nose clean.
Yep.
The winner of the race, driver of the day, and now the championship lead, which is the first led an MS championship.
Mm-hmm.
Something he wasn't able to do last season. He should have done it in Imola, and then he lost the last lap, and from there it never went good. But yeah, Marcus Littlegrim's first win since Suzuka. We hope you enjoyed watching that race as much as we did. Join us next week. I have no idea where we're going next week.
We're going to the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Hungary, which was a wet race last
season.
time out. The race winner started 17th time out. Let's hope for a similarly entertaining race as we had here today. But for now, it's goodbye from us. Remember to wear your seatbelt, drink responsibly, wear your masks when necessary, and be safe on the roads.
Yups. I will stab you for stealing that outro now. That's it from us. Bye bye.